Okay, welcome to this year's kit review video, eagerly awaited, anticipated, one of our leading videos from last year. We're going to dive into the threads of glory and see which shirts are best and also see which shirts are absolutely terrible, okay?
Yeah, so we're going to be reviewing the Super League shirts in this video, and we're also going to be reviewing the Championship, League One and NRL shirts in future videos. So, yeah, can't wait to get stuck into these. I mean, people know, Craig, in the rugby league world that you are the most fashionable guy on YouTube.
Well, you said to me the other day, I was at the League One launch, and you said, you look the least like a journalist. It's one of the nicest things you've ever said to me. It really is. Anyway, this episode is sponsored by the Rebounder Ball. Oh, come on, mate. Why are you trying to make me look like stupid? Give us up.
There you go.
This episode is sponsored by the Rebounder Ball. More on this later on.
Right, we'll get into the first shirt then. Classy Cass #1 Castleford Tigers home shirt. Here it is, Craig.
Yeah, I've got to apologise, Star. We're going to be looking at screens and we've done our best to position monitors in the right place. In fact, this looks like the bridge on the Starship Enterprise right now. But so if we're looking away a little bit, chatting, then we have made efforts to make sure that it's as seamless as we can. But anyway, Cass shirt, let's go.
Yeah, there you go then, Craig. What do you think of that? Bold, certainly bold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's like if two bees had a fight in a jar and then got squashed, then we're kind of on the right track. But I don't know, these like,
how are we rating these out of 10 like we did last year?
Yeah.
So you're going to give everything a 7 like you did last year?
No, I'm not going to give everything a 7. I've got. I need to think about make sure I get the right score.
Right, okay.
But yeah, anyway. So before we get into that, should we just talk about last year? What was the leading shirt and what was the worst shirt?
Yeah. So I picked Hull FC away as my favourite shirt. And I think Salford was up there. Salford away. I think the all-black Salford shirt. I think they were my two favourite ones. And Leigh, obviously, was the worst shirt, in my opinion.
Yeah, and for me, I chose the Huddersfield away shirt, which I still think is a classy shirt.
The teal one.
Yeah, did really, really well. So it was like a teal and like dark charcoaly colour, and agreed with you on the Leigh shirt, which was shocking. Did any of those shirts
you
grow
didn't.
on you?
No, I think you didn't like the Saints.
Oh, mate, the Saints shirt just looked tacky, but it was one of those shirts.
The all back.
It was one of those shirts where it kind of looked better in person, if you like. So when it was actually on
yeah.
You know, London was another one like that. London was very, they kind of, I think they were late to the party, didn't really have a kit design done.
Do you know what, right? London released their away kit after we did our video last year, and their away kit was stunning last year. It was the Harlequins style one, wasn't it? Yeah. So they could have won, but they didn't get the house in order in time.
Yeah, that's it. You got to get it in order. Anyway, so that's last year. Right, straight into this year. Now, I've seen a bit of a pattern emerging, right, with my fashion, expertise.
Oh,
and
right,
it's like these brush strokes, like you can see on this Cash shirt here, like the brush strokes. I don't know, you being having a bit of a graphic design background, you might be able to tell me, but it's like it's like a brush stroke. That's the best way I can describe it.
Well, it is a brush stroke, isn't it?
Oh, right, okay.
I think you've described it very well. It looks like a brush stroke. Look, should I go first? I'll go first. I love this shirt. I think it's absolutely class. I think it's still got an air of tradition about it. Yeah. But it's bold. It's out there. I love the amber kit. I always prefer Castleford Tigers shirts when they're more amber than black. And the colour just is bang on this year. I think the sponsor in the middle kind of blends into it. You can see it, so it's great for the sponsor, but it kind of blends into the shirt a little bit. Not sure what the red logo is on the other crest. I know they've had that for years. It's one of their sponsors. That sticks out a little bit. But overall, Oxen make great shirts. I love it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I love it. I like they've broke away from the vertical or horizontal stripes and they've gone for like a diagonal stripe. I think that works really,
bit different,
really well.
Isn't it? Yeah.
One thing that sticks out for me, and it's a tiny little thing, is like the imbalance of sponsorships on the sleeves. Right, so one side obviously got the little blue patch there, the sponsor there,
detail.
Yeah, and then the other side there is the other little sponsor there, and it gives a little bit of imbalance. But because of the diagonal lines, I don't think like it really affects it too much.
Yeah.
But the more I see that, the more I can't unsee it, and the more I've got a bit of an issue with it. Anyway, stunning shirt, looks really, really smart. Like you said, Oxen, proven manufacturer in today's day and age. Integrated the logo really, really well. So, I think it's a strong shirt.
What are you going to give it then? Rugby League Outsiders rating out of 10. What are you giving Cass home shirt?
8.
8? Ooh, solid, mate. You know what? I'm going to go one better. I think it's one of the strongest kits in Super League. I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay. Are you keeping a tally of this, Cal? Last year you was the tally kid and you was keeping a tally of it.
No. Do you want me to?
Yeah, because we need to know what's best and what's not, don't we? And
right, there we go then. I've noted them down.
Good.
Right. On a side note,
right.
I know it's to do with the kits, but it's all to do with design. I thought it was worth bringing up. Castleford Tigers logo, dated. Do you think it needs to change? I think it looks very old.
Yeah, no, I agree. It does look old. Whether it needs a bit of an upgrade, I think there's a couple in there. I think Cass does. I think Leeds Rhinos does.
Catalan, I think, logo's a bit dated.
Yeah, these like caricature with the circular text, and I don't think it's aging pretty well at the minute.
No, it just looked very 80s, doesn't it?
And you like look at Hull KR, even Hull FC. I'd say it's had a little bit of updating there.
Yeah.
Might need to do a little bit of work just to update it a bit.
Anyway, there's a sign out. Right, on to Cass Tigers away shirt then. Super pink. What do you think of this?
This is very Rugby League Outsiders. This is,
It's like they've gone, that is my favourite podcast.
Yeah.
I want our shirt to mirror that.
Yeah. I like the grayscale logos and what have you. I think that works incredibly well. I don't know why they couldn't do that perhaps on the home shirt. Like you got the Castleford Tiger in full colours, and then the other logo in like a bright red, and the CBR sponsorship logo. I like how they've grayscaled that. It works really well. Unbalanced sleeves again. Do you know what? I think this is a really classy shirt. I wouldn't wear it. Pink is definitely not a colour I can pull off.
It says in the all pink studio.
No. This is our branding for the show, isn't it? It's like, I wouldn't wear this. I saw some
go on
twat right walking through Wolverhampton the other day, full pink velour tracksuit.
I think he spent too long in Wolverhampton
with his hood up. I was like, what the even my family was like, what the hell is it? He's come like as a Teletubby and his mask's fallen off, Anyway, shocking. So I won't wear it, but I do like the style of it. I like the blocky, like geometric shapes on there and the different grading and blending. I think it's a really classy shirt.
I'm not a fan. I think it's all right. The colour's the colour. I just don't think they've nailed it. I think the grey and the pink don't quite work too well. The geometric pattern, it's all right. I ain't got much more to say about it. I think I agree with you. I think the grayscaled logos on there work really well. It's probably going to look decent on the pitch because it's nice and bright. But as a kit, I'm not a massive fan. It's all right. It's middle of the road for me, that is.
Okay, for me, I'm going to go straight in for the score here now. I don't think it's quite as good as the home shirt, and it's not. I don't think it's terrible, and because of the fact I wouldn't wear it myself, I'm going to give this a 7.5.
Oh, we're good doing 0.5s as well now.
Well, it just seems appropriate. I can't give it a middle of the road like 7 because 7's a bit of a non-score, isn't it? Really,
like you did last year, yeah.
But it needs to be. But it's not quite the same as the home shirt, in my opinion.
Right, they haven't nailed it. It's all right. I'm giving it a 6.
Wow. Scathing. Right, okay, let's move on.
Catalan Dragons home shirt. Now, it took a while to get these images together because they haven't been, they haven't displayed many, and that's what we got for you. Look, Catalan always have, I think, the best shirts in Super League. I think consistently over the years, since they've been in Super League, their kits, they just work. The colour scheme works. But I don't think it's as good as last year's.
Right, okay, well, I'll ask you why in a minute, but just to sort of summarise, I mean, it's fire, isn't it? It's like yellow and red. It just looks like it's fire with the white, you know what I mean? And
but this is the reason I don't like it. I think the fire could have been a lot more fiery almost. It's like a bit of half-arsed version of doing it, in my opinion. It looks a little bit cartoony. I think they could have gone a lot stronger, a lot bolder. If you're not going to go traditional, you've got to go for it, haven't you? And I don't think they've quite gone for it. But I don't mind it. It's all right. But I don't think they've quite got it right.
Would black bordering around the fire kind of elements improve the shirt?
I just think it looks like maybe, but I think the red in amber sort of fire on it just looks a little bit like, I could imagine a tour operator having that as their sort of
what, fire?
No, but it's just that sunny kind of. I don't know. It just don't work. I know what they've gone for. It just don't. In my opinion, it just don't quite work. But I know a lot of people are disagreeing me. I know a lot of people like this shirt. So each to their own, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly fond of it. I think, like you said, the more you look at it, I think it's one of those shirts where it looks good on the pitch. Like half covered in mud, perhaps. I don't mean that, but it looks kind of better in person. And in terms of scoring it, I'm going to give this a 6.
I'm going to go for 7. I think it's definitely better than the Cass away shirt, and therefore that's my reason. I'm going to give it a 7. Yeah. Right then, from Catalan home shirt on to Catalan away shirt. They've only just released this one, so it's a grey number with a bit of neon on there. Looks like they should be going on the Tour de France, if you ask me.
Yeah, it does look a bit of like a
bit cycling shirt. Yeah, definitely.
And it looks like they've got like a luminous like a luminous skin, and then a t-shirt on top. I don't like how the collar looks. I don't like how that falls. I think the colours work well together. We know they're like complementary colours.
Yeah.
Doesn't scream Catalan, so they broke away from the tradition. But
I think that's all right on an away shirt. I think if you go like traditional colours on your home and then away, just mix it up a little bit. I suppose you don't want to have the same every year, do you?
No, you don't, and it needs to be unique. I get that, but what I'm saying is like it just doesn't resemble any kind of Catalan shirt.
It reminds me of that year that Wigan had that luminous yellow shirt, and it was like it just didn't feel like a Wigan shirt. So yeah, I get that actually. You look at it, don't feel like a Catalan shirt. Interestingly, no sponsor on the front of either home or the away. I wonder if these are just the original designs and the sponsor hasn't been put out there yet, or if they've not landed one this year.
I don't know. I mean, there don't seem to be a great deal of news come out of Catalan during this off-season. So apart from the signings, I mean, they did an epic season launch.
Unbelievable season launch, yeah.
Epic.
Quality.
But other than that, there's not a great deal. I know they've played a couple of reserve games. They've got a game against Toulouse coming up this weekend. But other than that, not a great deal of news. So I don't know what's happening with sponsorship in Catalans. But yeah, there's definitely a big patch of something missing off the front there, and that might throw it out a little bit. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's... Yeah, I mean, that's all I've got to say, really.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think be interested to see with a sponsor on if it makes any difference to it. I like the fact that they've been bold and they've gone out there. They've traditionally gone for a lot of Catalan shirts away shirts have been in their normal colours. So it's either been like a yellow shirt or they've gone with like the bit of navy with the yellow and red on it. So I like the fact they've gone out there and been a bit different this year and thought, yeah, just fuck it, let's go for it. The shirt is all right. I like the V. I'll give it... should I score it first this time?
Well, you're saying fuck it. I don't think they have gone fuck it, let's go out, on a limb. I think it's quite a conservative shirt, really.
But
apart from the
with
neon.
bold colours. Conservative shirt with bold colours.
Well, there's only the neon that's bold.
Yeah, true.
It's, you know what I mean? I think that like the fire on the home shirt is a bit more radical than that.
Right, let's review it. Let's give it a score. Rugby League Outsiders score. I'll go first this time. I'm going to give that a 7.
I'm giving it a 6.
I slagged you off for giving everything a 7.
I know you are. I'm giving it a 6. I think it's relatively mediocre. If I was playing touch rugby and the opposition turned up in that kit, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? It's just like a bit of a non-starter for me. So
bit of a 9 shirt. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right. Well, into Catalan's third shirt then. Now they have gone bold on this one. I thought originally this was their away kit, but it turns out it's actually their third shirt. Black with a sort of neon-y yellow coloured stripe. This is very different to anything we've seen in Super League before. I like it. I don't know what you think of this. I think you're going to say this is crap. I know it's quite bold. I think I'm just preempting what you're going to say.
Well, this is the first in what we might see in a series of single vertical stripes on the front, right? Like zipping up the shirt at the front.
Yeah.
And I'm just not a fan of that. I don't like it, especially like having a little bit of a belly. You know, I could just imagine like my central stripe like being straight at the top and then just bulging around the belly. So I don't know.
There is a bit of fire detailing in the background actually as well. Just looking at it on screen, there's a bit on the arms. It's like faded in. It looks a little bit like the side of a road, doesn't it? Like with a single yellow line down the side of the road. But I don't know, it's quite bold. I like the fact they've got dragons written right across the centre as well.
Yeah.
I like it. The logo in the middle for a change. Yeah, it's good. It's a good shirt.
It'd be interesting when they put a sponsor on there.
Well, they're probably not going to, are they, on that one? If you're judging by that, you can't put a sponsor on that, can you?
Well, this is the thing. It's like I don't know where you would put a sponsor.
If they put a sponsor on that now, it'd look absolutely awful. So clearly they're not going with a sponsor on that.
Surely it must be a massive part of their commercial plan is to have a main shirt sponsor. There's got to be a sponsor on there. There's got to be.
Well, it's for sale and you can buy it on the shop and it ain't got a sponsor on it, so I don't know what to say. Clearly not. You can buy it now. It's on the Catalans on their website. So yeah.
By the way, Catalan, go and have a look at their shop. I don't know where they got the model from, but there's some hilarious pictures on there of like the full Catalan tracksuit, the shirt and singlet combo. All this guy needs is like a freaking knotted hanky on his head, and it's just hilarious.
You were nearly into it, weren't you? Tracksuit.
No, I wasn't.
You turn up next week in a full grey tracksuit.
Not a chance. Right, we need to score this.
Right, I think it's strong. It's bold. It's strong. They've been different. It's going to look good on the pitch. 8 for me.
What? 5?
Oh, 5?
Yeah, I don't like it. I do like the central logo. Like they've moved the shirt manufacturer logo across and put the Catalan logo in the centre there. I like that. You know, they've definitely pushed the envelope, as the saying goes on this one. But not a fan at all with that.
Right, here we go on to Huddersfield Giants then. I mean, Huddersfield's kit is always pretty mediocre, isn't it? They're never really... I mean, it's the colours, I suppose, the claret and amber. There's not a whole load you can do with it. But they've gone different this year. The hoops have gone, and they've gone with something completely different. And I think that looks terrible. I just don't like it. It just looks naff. Yeah,
the two big panels, the two big colour, the claret and gold, and it's just like,
I see what they've tried to do. I mean, they've gone for like a pinstripe on the on the V, haven't they? But there ain't much of a V there, so you're not going to see that when people have got it on. I don't think it goes with a big block part at the top of the shirt. There is some detailing in the amber which I quite like, and all the logos and everything all ties in nicely. So again, Oxen, they know what they're doing when they design kits. I just don't like the design. I think it looks a bit 1980s football shirt, but not in a good way.
I mean, they've got like a topographical pattern on that, the gold panel at the top. There is like a little bit of a pattern there, and perhaps the image. You can't quite see it there.
It definitely looks like a throwback shirt, but I don't think it is. It's a brand new design. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me.
Not a fan.
No.
Right, I'm going to straight away give this. I'm going to give this a 6. I don't think it's particularly good, but I don't think it's absolutely terrible.
It's a 4 from me.
Oh,
I don't.
4.
Yeah,
that hurts.
I mean,
that hurts.
So you're giving it a 6. I've given it a 4. I don't know. It just does nothing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got fed up of Huddersfield's kits over the last few years anyway, because they're always very similar, aren't they? But I think just a more traditional kit looks better than that. I'd be interested to see what the fans think.
Well, don't you worry about that, Carl.
Yeah,
because you're going to find out what the fans think giving that a 4.
I forgot about this video from last year. The comments are going to be heated up on this one. I mean, look, it is worth saying at this point, we're not doing this to offend anybody. It's just a bit of a laugh. It's just our opinion, you know. Throw it in the comments. What do you think of the Huddersfield Giants home shirt? Right, on to the Giants away shirt. So you rated Huddersfield Giants away shirt last year as your favourite kit of 2024.
Yeah.
It sold very well in the club shop. So for that reason, they've gone for a very similar design again this year. There you go, Craig. Another teal kit.
No, I like the teal. You know, I like teal, and I like where they've done the white logos and writing and all that kind of thing. That's not a similar shirt, Carl. That is not a similar shirt. You compare that to the Huddersfield shirt last year.
That's what they said on the.
You need to get your eyes checked, mate, because that is.
I don't blame me. That's what they said on their press release. That it was similar to last year's. That's why they've gone for that colour scheme. But it's definitely a different colour scheme. It was more blue with teal on this year. This year it's like they've gone right
full teal.
Teal,
full teal. They've doubled down on the teal. I really like it.
I thought he was going to say it was awful.
No, I like it. You know, this. I think these like. How would you describe that? It's like
a scratch pattern, isn't it?
Yeah,
looks like my cat's
exactly
had it.
Yeah, exactly a scratch pattern on the teal. It's like a navy scratch pattern on there. I really like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to be the best. I thought last year I really liked, the shirt, and it was up there, one of the best. But I don't think it's going to be there this year. But I don't think it's terrible. I'm going to give that a 7. I'm
with you. I think it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's bold. The colours. It's going to look good on the pitch. I'm sure the fans are going to go out and buy it. It's definitely better than the home shirt. I mean, I'm just not a fan of that home shirt. Integrated logos. All looks pretty smart. It's all tidy. I mean, the pattern on the background's a bit out there. It's a bit crazy, but it looks pretty good. It's a middle of the road shirt for me, so I'm going to have to give it a 7.5. So I've scored it slightly higher than you, mate.
All your scores this year are slightly higher than mine. What that means, I don't know. But maybe I've recalibrated since last year.
Recalibrated. Right, on to Hull FC then, which is going to be a black and white shirt with hoops. Oh yeah, it's a black and white shirt with hoops. I mean, it's very similar to last year's. A lot more black on it this last year. I don't think they like to upset the FC fans, and I think anything other than a black and white hoop shirt, and it sort of upsets the fan base. What I do like about Hull FC is every year, every logo's integrated. They've absolutely nailed it with the sponsors. They've even gone for a black and white Super League badge on the arm.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've got permission for that.
Well,
because I've not seen any other side do that.
No, and it's I like it. Like you say, the idea is you update the shirt, don't you?
Yeah.
Now I get the impression every year Hull update their shirt. They take it and goes, right, what is trending right now? I'm not saying I'm the height of fashion and all that.
Black and white hoops.
But the hoops, they modernise it. Like they've broken up the big blocks of colour now. They've integrated all the text. They've got balance with the Paragon logos either side of the neck. Hint of gold there on the collar, which
I really like that.
It's classy.
Yeah, it's cool that is.
Just the fact that they hadn't just stuck the regular Betfred Super League patch on the arm it screams that they've got a little bit of attention to detail there, and I really like it. I think it's a real classy shirt. I think they're right not to piss off the fans. I think they worked really hard to do that on the pitch last year. God's sake, don't do it with the shirt this year. And Castor, I think it's a real premium sport brand.
Yeah,
and it's a classy shirt.
I think you've absolutely your analysis of that shirt then. Analysis, that's not the right word, is it? But you've absolutely nailed it, everything you said. And I actually agree with everything you just said there. I think the attention to detail is really good, because when you bring out a kit that's just hoops, I mean, they just look the same every year, don't they? But if you put that little bit of detailing into the background, I think it makes all the difference. And I think you're right. I think the detailing in the black hoops with a little pattern in there is good. Like you've said, everything's symmetrical. It looks high end. I really like it. It's good. Do I like it as much as last year's? It's very similar. Very similar. That's the only thing I would say. If you're a Hull fan, do you like them bringing out the same sort of shirt every year, or would you like to see something a little bit different, like a big shark on the front? Remember that? The whole shark shirt. That was probably the most out there Super League shirt we've ever had.
No, what about the Sheffield Eagles one where they had a massive eagle on it? I know it's iconic.
No, I love that shirt. It's iconic. That got voted one of the worst Super League shirts of all time, actually.
I can imagine.
No,
but that tells. This is the thing. Like, you see yourself as a bit of a fashion initiado.
You
love that shirt.
Yeah, I do love that shirt.
Now, I never usually bring your family life into this podcast, but I'm going to do today.
Right,
I'm going to do today because your wife tells this amazing story of the first date that you ever went on, and you turned up in dungarees.
That's not true, because we met on holiday in Tenerife.
No, when you got back, you got back, and then you were like, right, okay, we're meeting up. You come down from Bradford. She was there, from Dudley or wherever she was from, and you met, and you turned up, and she was like, oh my God, he's in dungarees. So, I'll
tell you another story, actually. Just of some of my fashion disasters. So, when I started dating my missus, obviously I lived up Bradford originally, and I was moving down to the Midlands. I was like commuting down and seeing. I was like, oh, it's really fashionable in Birmingham. Like it's a lot more metropolitan than Bradford is. I saw this like light pink T-shirt, and everybody were wearing pink T-shirts at the time. I was like,
everybody.
Yeah, well, apart from you, I know you probably never had a light pink T-shirt. Like when baby pink first became fashionable and men could wear baby pink, so I was like, I'm getting me a pink T-shirt. I'm going for it. I got myself this pink T-shirt, went back up north, right, to rugby club, and oh my God, I got so much stick. It was like they absolutely laid into me for weeks and weeks. About 2 months later, I went out round Bradford. They're all wearing pink T-shirts.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Hey, mate, you were walking through Wolverhampton in a pink tracksuit the other day, was you?
No, that won't be. Have we scored it?
No, we haven't scored it.
Right, back to Hull FC then.
Yeah, so my score for this, I'm going to give this an 8. I think it's a really classy premium-looking shirt.
9 from me.
Whoa.
Yeah, think's good. Thinks it's traditional, but it's got a modern twist. I love the little gold detailing on there. I think it makes all the difference. Good job.
Are you just like getting my score and just like putting it up by 1 and that's it? You just like making it easy?
No, I genuinely like it.
Right, what's next?
Right, what on earth is going on here? This is Hull FC's away shirt in blue. It looks like it's been thrown in a swimming pool. What's going on, Craig?
Yeah, it does, just like a water effect, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of Bradford Bulls away shirt from last year. This one does. That had a similar sort of bluey colour. Does it represent is it the deep in Hull? The water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that what it's meant to represent? I don't know. I haven't read up on this. All I can tell you is what I'm looking at, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's weird how you remove the stripes and suddenly the logos don't kind of work, and because that's what's happened here, isn't it? They've removed the stripes, changed the background colour, giving it this like reflective water effect, and literally those logos just look like they're floating. They literally look like they're floating.
Well,
they don't.
Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah, the spacing. I don't think the spacing works particularly well, and it's a shame. It is a real shame. And I think you got this like, if you had a couple of like shaded gradient areas, top and bottom, I think you'd turn this into a really nice shirt as it stands, or even the shoulder, like the patches on the shoulders, even if they were like the same colour as the rims on the sleeve. Maybe it'd be different, but yeah,
it's a shocker, isn't it? That it is. Do you know what that reminds me of? Like a Rugby Union 7 shirt or something, like knocking about in Dubai in that. But I don't like it.
I don't think it's a shocker, but I don't think it's a particularly strong shirt.
Yeah,
I hope it looks good on.
Yeah, I'm all for teams going for bold kits and just going for it with the design, but I don't know, something just doesn't work, and it's that pattern in the background just don't work for me.
What are you scoring it then?
It's a 3 from me, that is.
Jesus Christ. What? You are not going to Hull this year.
I just give the home shirt a 9.
Yeah.
So I'll wear the home shirt if I go.
Right, okay.
I won't wear a home shirt. I'm not wearing another team shirt. Definitely not.
I never thought, viewers, I can only apologise. Right, I never thought we'd see a 3 on this shirt, on this show, but we've managed to land a shirt, and I can only apologise for my dungaree and pink shirt wearing friend. Right, so I'm gonna give it a 6. 6 for me.
A 6, right? Okay. We've been treated this year. They brought a third shirt out. Look at that. Da, 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 da. Come on, Craig, what are you saying? It's gone quiet. Why are you gone quiet? What's with the silence?
I was just looking at like the geometric patterns, and I was because sometimes
Did you do your research on this before we started the show?
No, but this is what I'm saying. I know, like, some shirts, they're inspired by, like, they'll throw it open to, like, the fans. So, for example, Bradford this year, their third shirt, their what is it, European country, City of Culture, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, so they've thrown it out to the fans and sort of said, right, create a design based on...
No.
On the culture.
They've gone to the designer.
Yeah, well,
you know that City of Culture shirt, you know, that you got told and it's, like, secret?
Oh, shit. Is it?
Yeah. Cut. They haven't announced that yet, mate.
Right.
So Bradford, City of Culture 2025. They're gonna have a new shirt, a third shirt coming out this year. No, we won't. We'll leave it in.
I was just looking at it, and I was like, I'm just looking at the designs and like the geometric patterns on there, and I know some shirts are inspired by stuff that's going on locally, and I was trying to work out what this is. That's inspired these patterns.
It's almost like you've done your research and you're pretending that you haven't done your research.
No.
Right, I'll tell you what that is. That is the geometric patterns inspired by the MKM Stadium in Hull. So that is what it's for. I think it's celebrating 20 years or something like that, which is what's inspired the pattern in the background. So there you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I like the idea that
it's the roof of the MKM Stadium.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of see that now. I like it. I'm not sure about the washed out gold colour. I think the patterns are much better than the reflective like water shirt that we've just seen there.
The water shirt's a shocker.
Yeah, but I don't like this washed out gold, which is weird because it's the same gold.
It's
pretty
your
much
business.
business, but
who did you get to design that?
Well, yeah. Some dungaree wearing. Right, so. I don't think it's a shocker. I like the story behind it. Effort gone into the logos and all that kind of stuff, But I have no real comments on it.
Well, I have. I love it. I think it's great. I think the pattern in the background it links with the heritage of the city. I think the colour scheme is great. The black and the gold looks really well together. Maybe it's a little bit darker than that when you see it in real life. I don't know. Maybe it might just be the image we've got. I think the pattern in the background, I think it works. Yeah, I think it's... I mean, you won't see it on the pitch. It'll just look like a black shirt on the pitch, won't it, with a bit of gold on it. But close up, a nice bit of detailing. I like everything about it. Everything's... Logos are in the right place. They've... No flashy, bright logos. Yeah, it's just it's all integrated. I love it. 8 out of 10 for me.
8?
Yep.
7, I'm afraid. Just a middle of the road.
7.
Safe 7. It's not a shocker, but it's not a belter either.
Right, we're going over the other side of the bridge then. So we've got some bold designs here from Hull KR. So here is Hull KR's home shirt for the 2025 season. Now, I'll be honest with you. I got put off this shirt when somebody put a picture up of a packet of Lambert and Butler cigarettes.
Oh yeah,
from the day with the line going across it. But I've having seen it on and seen them playing it as well now, I think it's strong. I think it's better than the Hull KR shirts they've had for a number of years. Put it that way. I think it's out there. It's definitely different.
I think this shirt is in danger of looking like a football shirt, and I'll tell you why.
I agree there. Yeah.
If you remove those shoulder panels, and this looks like a football shirt, right? Or a jockey's jersey or whatever.
That's it. Jockey's jockstrap or something.
No. Now it doesn't, but it's it is very close. I think it's going to be one of those shirts where you just settle down into seeing it, and it just becomes the Hull KR shirt for this year. I don't think it's that terrible that they're scrambling around to change the design, but I don't think it's as good as last year's kit.
I think it's better than last year's kit. Their shirts have just been very similar for years. Just a hoop going across the centre, and it's different, but it still looks like a Hull KR shirt. There's a few little details I really like as well. The little Robin badge just on the top of the collar, I think is a great touch. I think the logo is really good now. I think it's all integrated. It's like a modern twist on the old logo, isn't it? Everything's integrated. It's red and white. Will we see this shirt at Old Trafford this year?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it?
And there's another video to go into, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we are going to be doing our league prediction videos this week as well. There's an obvious number 7 in that shirt. Is that part of the design? Is it a nod to Rob Burrow? Is it, you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Yeah, you pulled something out there that I didn't think about. It does look like a bit like a number 7, doesn't it? I don't think it is for that reason. I haven't read up on the press release for this kit, by the way. But look, should I score it first?
7.
We can't keep right. We can only give another 2 7s till the end of this episode, so we got to be a bit more bold, I think.
Right.
I like it. I think it's pretty good. I'm going to give it an 8.
6.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just I don't know. I'm praying the away shirt is stronger, is better.
Well, mate, take a look at this. Paris Hull KR. Look at that. Come on.
Yeah, it's very, very.
Well, you said that you thought the home shirt looked a little bit like a football shirt. This definitely looks like a football shirt. I mean, this is literally PSG football strip. But you know what? I really like it. I think it looks dead smart. I think it works well with their colours. They've got this logo now that they can just change the colour of it because it's just a 2-tone logo. Yeah. And that fits in really well on the stripe on the arm. I know the Hull KR fans absolutely love it. It's been dead popular. Really? Yeah. I think it's great. I do see what you're saying, though. It does look a bit like a football shirt. You do, not saying much.
No, I do like it, and I genuinely think this is going to look even better on. I do, because some shirts do, don't they?
Yeah.
Like we slated some shirts last year, and
then we saw them.
And then we saw them on, and we're like, do you know what? It looks good. A classic one this year is the Bradford shirt. The Bradford home shirt this year, we were like, ow, and we had a clip with, we had a chat with Michael Lawrence. He was the same. Like, in fact, the story on the street is
we'll save that story for the championship review shirt.
Right, okay.
The one that I know what you was going to say, but that was an absolute belting story. We'll save that.
Right, okay.
Back to Super League.
So, what would I say?
I don't know. You was talking about when you see some shirts in person to when you've seen them.
Yeah, so I personally think this is going to look really good on. I think it's a bold move to have this imbalance and embrace it. You know what I mean? So this left red stripe, okay, which instantly, it's the Hull KR primary colour. They've included that. Yes, it looks very, very sort of PSG, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100% it looks PSG.
But I think they kind of get away with it. I think this would make an excellent Catalan away shirt.
Agreed, yeah.
So, but anyway, it doesn't matter which team it is. It's the design of the shirt. I think I'm going to give this a 8.5.
8.5.
I know. It's the thing. I don't think it's the winning shirt. I think they're pushing the boundaries of what shirts look like in terms of rugby league, and I commend them for that.
I think you've nailed it. You just said then Hull KR pushing the boundaries, and I think that is a good representation of everything Hull KR are doing at the minute, apart from their third shirt, which I'll go on into a minute. I think they are pushing the boundaries, and I think they're getting it right, and I love this shirt. I absolutely love this shirt, and I'm giving this 9.5.
Wow.
9.5, mate.
I don't think we've ever dished out a 9.5, have we? You are definitely on foot. There was stuff going on in the Walk household last night that makes you happy today, because you are definitely less scared than
definitely not
last year.
Anyway, right, on to Hull KR. So we got a treat. We got another third shirt this year.
Is this like one of those magic eye patterns? Like, you know, if you squint, you'll see a dinosaur come out at you. I mean, wow, Lilac.
Jesus.
Lilac.
I mean,
He's got his head in his hands.
I mean, oh, God. I don't know what to say. I mean, so they've had two. I mean, it seems to be a bit of a pattern emerging here.
You're literally speechless, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're literally speechless. I never thought I'd see the day.
A lot of teams have brought 3 shirts out, and this is as well one of 3 Lilac shirts in the Super League this year.
Lilac.
We missed the memo about Lilac being it. Look, this is dreadful. It's absolutely awful. The colours just so washed out. It don't work as a rugby kit. I don't know if this is a charity shirt, so I hope I'm not offending any sort of charity or anything, but as a rugby kit, I wouldn't want to be taken to the field in that. That is dreadful.
Yeah, I mean, if you had like like a Parma Violet fetish.
Parma Violet fetish. Right, okay.
Yeah, if you had a Parma Violet fetish,
fucking love it. Yeah,
this is the shirt for you. Personally, I think it's a terrible colour. Like that would not go with my eyes at all.
I can't even see who this is going to look good on. Like, surely that's going to wash anybody out that wears that kit.
Do you think the ladies will like it?
Well, this is what I'm thinking now. Only if it's been more tailored to the ladies.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. I'd like to know people's thoughts. I think this is a shocker. This has got to go down as a 6 for me, I'm afraid, because I just don't like it, and I pray it looks better on than it does on this screen as I look at it right now. Because in terms of pushing the boundaries with your design, yes, with your colour. I mean, I'm trying to keep my vomit in my stomach right now. But
yeah, okay, you have pushed the boundaries. Your away shirt is absolutely brilliant, but your third shirt is an absolute shocker. It's a 3 from me.
Oh my God, this is the second 3 of the season.
Well,
Jesus Christ,
I can only
man.
be honest, mate. It's I don't know what you can do to make it much worse.
Are you just trying to like sensationalise this?
No.
Is this like
generally
that's trolling? You're trolling.
No, I'm not trolling. I just give the bloody away shirt a 9.5.
Yeah, true.
It's a shocker. It's absolutely shocking, is that?
Okay, moving on.
Right, who's next then? Is it Leeds? Craig, your side. Leeds Rhinos. They've gone all traditional, white collar. This is it's a throwback, isn't it? To I can't remember what year it is, but it's definitely a throwback shirt. Is this? I liked Leeds' shirt last year, which pained me to stay that as a Bradford fan. But they had the white shirt last year, didn't they, with the amber and blue hoop in the middle. I thought last year's shirt was strong, and this year's shirt, I don't know what to say about it other than it looks like a Leeds shirt.
Yeah, it's just classic Leeds shirt. You hit the nail on the head. In terms, like if Hull are pushing the boundaries on colours and designs, Leeds are doing the opposite, and they're absolutely staying safe. It's not terrible to the point where it upsets me, but it's not pushing the boundaries where it kind of excites me. It's just middle of the road. For that, I'll give it a 7. And I just
do you know what I'd be interested to know how like sales go on this shirt, because it's such a throwback shirt. A fan's going to go out and buy it. I don't know. It looks like a Leeds shirt. You know what I do like about it? It's got a collar on it. And I think it's the only shirt that's got a collar on it this year. So all the designs this year are just the no collar, are they? We haven't had collars on shirts for years. So bonus points for that. I like the fact that it's got a collar. It looks like a Leeds shirt. I don't know what else to say about it. It's very traditional. But the design, it's kind of, I imagine it's what Leeds fans want. I'm going to give that a 7. It's middle of the road. What did you give it?
A 7 as well. Interested, just a little talking point whilst you're writing down the score there, because I know you got to think hard to write one number. But the Ash Hanley testimonial shirt, did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I did. Right, I haven't got that on here to rate. The first time I saw it, I thought, oh my God, that is dreadful. It looked like a terrible 1980s football kit. but I saw him playing in it the other day. I actually thought it looked all right.
Good, the pinstripes weren't that obvious, were they?
No,
so therefore it just looked like a full yellow shirt. And this is what I'm saying, by sometimes shirts can look really good on the pitch when they don't necessarily look so good on the screen.
Yeah,
you know. I thought it was terrible. So anyway, but Ash Hanley, by all accounts, massive win against Wigan as well. So you know,
yeah. So it bodes well for the season for Leeds, doesn't it? I suppose. Yeah, Wigan had a full side out, but I suppose we won't talk about that too much because people are going to be watching this video for a long time, aren't they? Anyway, Leeds Rhinos away shirt. Here it is, black geometric patterns with a weird blue on the arm. What on earth's going on here? This is dreadful.
I don't think it's dreadful, but
it's dreadful.
Somehow it works as like a warm-up shirt, but not as like a plain shirt. Do you know what I mean? In some kind of way.
I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. I just the pattern in the background is it's just nondescript. It's just
Carl, let me throw this at you. Right, you put a collar on that.
No, it's still crap. It's still crap. I don't like it. The blue arms, the black and the blue just don't even go together at all. I think if you're going to put a pattern like that...
Isn't that a rule in fashion, like don't put blue and black together? Or navy and blue shouldn't be seen together, is that right? No, genuinely, you know, it's like red and green shouldn't be seen and all this, but isn't it a rule in fashion? I'm sure it is, because Paul has told me.
Oh,
My
yeah.
wife's told me.
Yeah, that's why you never wear black and blue, isn't it?
No, I always wear black and blue because I'm a radical. That's why.
Right. Anyway, enough about your fashion sense. I don't like the pattern in the background should have been fainter. I think it's just. I don't know what to say about it. It's neither here nor there. It just looks bad. It just looks poorly designed. Yeah. Is the geometric pattern in the background meant to mirror the Leeds Building Society logo on the middle? I don't know. There's just something just don't play well with my eyes on this one.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of effort for a terrible looking shirt. I mean, the thing is, I genuinely mean this, and I don't know. I can't explain why. But if that was a warm up shirt, I'd be like, yes, great little warm up shirt. That I'll even go for a run in that, right? But
yeah, because it looks cheap, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what you say. Whenever you see a warm-up shirt, it's like they're made out of the same material as playing kits. The design's always a little bit wacky. It always looks cheaper, and then they charge less for it. That, I agree, looks like a warm-up shirt, and it looks cheaper. It don't work as a Leeds Rhinos away shirt.
Okay, what are you scoring it?
4.
Are you kidding? Mate, what the hell is going... Right... It's least
dreadful.
A 6. It's at least a 6.
Why is it at least a 6? Do you know what? Even if they just got rid of the geometric pattern in the background, it would look better. Right. That pattern is awful on a rugby kit.
Okay,
dreadful, right. And I bet it looks even worse on the pitch. I bet they just blend into everything. It's like Leeds camo.
Okay, let's move on before we really upset people.
Right, here we go. They have brought an away shirt out. No, a third shirt, away shirt. I don't know which one it is. It's another shirt. Leeds have brought that many shirts out the last couple of years. But here we go. Leeds Rhinos third shirt. Is this another throwback shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, it's certainly very similar to a shirt they've had in the past, isn't it?
No, it's just like the colours reversed from the home shirt, isn't it?
But
I know it's different.
Collarless.
Yeah, I know it's collarless and all that, but it's just like they've gone more amber than they have blue. Yeah, so, I mean, it's... how can this be... Oh, no, this is the third shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, how can it be a home...
But they just mix them up, alternate shirts anyway these days. It used to be once upon a time they had a Magic Weekend shirt and then an away shirt, and now I think they just kind of bring 3 kits out, wear one at home, and then wear whatever they want away, don't they, these days? So, yeah, it kind of looks like what you would say is the traditional away shirt, and that geometric thing they brought out would have been like the Magic Weekend shirt or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Look, it's a traditional rugby shirt, I actually think Leeds' colours look better this way around.
Yeah.
So the amber, I think, looks stronger than the blue. It's all right. It's middle of the road.
You know, like last year I said Saints' shirt looks like cheap.
Yeah.
Somehow. I think this shirt looks cheap.
Do you know what it needs? It needs like a bit of detailing in the background on it. You know when we spoke about Hull FC shirt and it was just a bog standard black and white hoops Hull FC shirt, but they put a load of fine detailing into the background, which made all the difference. I think that's what this needs. I think if they'd have done that on that shirt, that had looked a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give this a 5. I don't. Yeah, I think. I think it looks quite cheap, and I won't be flooding to get to buy this shirt.
To head in later buy it. I think it's a 6 from me. Yeah, I think it's all right. I think the colours look better in that way around. It looks like a Leeds shirt. I won't be definitely going to Headingley to buy it. Anyway, the one we've all been waiting for. Leigh Leopards are back.
Here we go.
Here we go. Red and white leopard. When was the last time you saw a red and white leopard, Craig?
Never seen a red and white leopard.
A dead one.
Shocking, isn't it? But Leigh do this every year. Leigh, Derek Beaumont, they're trollers. They're absolutely trollers to the point where you're like, shocking. But then you see a stadium full of those shirts. They're even claiming, we listened to, is it Laura and Derek at the League One launch the other day, and they were saying, we're claiming like leopard print. Every time we see someone in leopard print, we claim them as a leopard, as a Leigh fan. And so anyway, a couple of things with this. I really don't like the red blotchy pattern. I really don't like it. I know it complements the Jet 2, and I like that. And then you've got the green logos and the green kind of, what do you call those little elements? And it's terrible. It's terrible. Red and green should never be seen. That's the rule.
Yeah, all right, okay.
So
fashionista.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I don't know what colour you use to offset that red and white pattern there.
I tell you what you do. You just don't design a shirt that looks like that. It's just absolutely dreadful. as a piece of clothing, as a rugby shirt, red and white blotchy leopard print pattern. It just looks awful. I just can't get on board with it. What I would say though, Leigh absolutely nailing it. Reebok as the sponsor.
Yeah.
Reebok as the kit manufacturer. Jet 2 as the sponsor.
Holland and Barrett.
Absolutely nailing don't take for granted what we say, because, like you said, the people of Leigh are going to absolutely love this shirt. But to me, that is a design disaster. It's awful.
Here's a little segue. So do you think it's good business sense to create a shirt that people would wear out for a night out or to like a family do or something like that? And if so, what the hell are Leigh doing? Because I can't see anyone rocking up to a family party in that shirt.
Well,
or down the pub on do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe we're just out of touch with what's going on in Lancashire, mate. I just don't know. It's just... Yeah. One thing I would say, it suits the sponsor.
It suits the sponsor, and it's very Leigh. It's aligned with what Leigh are doing right now, Yeah,
100%. And when this kit came out, right, this is where I think Leigh are quite clever. Everybody were talking about it online, like they have been for the last couple of years.
That was the red nipples. That was the red eyes on the nipples, wasn't it?
Have you seen the new training gear?
No.
Mate, they've doubled down on that. Wait till you see the new training gear. It's like all black with just red nipples. Yeah. So everybody were talking about
Can you
it.
imagine turning up to a family's party with like red eyes on your nipples, and your grandma like, are you all right?
I don't want to be that guy that's just slagging the shirt off again.
Too late.
But yeah, too late. It looks cheap. That's the only thing I can say about it. It looks really cheap. I think leopard print pattern needs to be in leopard print colours, and red and white leopard print just doesn't work. It didn't work last year on the home shirt. Don't work this year. Well, that's that. Go on. What are you scoring it?
5.
5? Quite high, that, mate.
Not really, mate. It's like, it's not dog shit, and it's certainly not great, is it?
It's not great. It's certainly not great. Right, I'm gonna give this. There's nothing I like about it. Nothing. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to find.
You said it was aligned to the sponsor. The sponsor.
Yeah. Okay.
Brand.
Right. 2 points for that. Then it's aligned to the sponsor, so I'll give them 2 points for that. The Holland and Barrett logo don't fit in. The pattern's terrible. It don't work in red and white. I don't even like the design of the leopard print. So, yeah, the only points they're picking up from me is the fact that it's the same colour as the sponsor, so it's a 2 from me.
What? 2. Once again, I can only apologise for such shocking scoring. Leigh fans, tell me what you think to Cal.
No. But do you know when I do turn up in Leigh, mate? I'll be wearing the away shirt, because look at this. Midnight Leopard, come on. Is this the first time you've seen this one?
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen this.
Blue eyes on the nipples, Craig.
Wow. Teal again.
Midnight Leopard, mate. This works. This really works, I think.
See, this is where you're a freaking enigma, Cal. Like, I can't understand you. Like, 1 minute you're slagging off Leigh, and then you think this is great. Like, the only thing that's great about it is the effort they put into that. The gradient, the leopard, it's back in foliage, innit? About to pounce.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly. It looks good. That's going to look great on the pitch, that is. I'm telling you, that's going to look great. I love how the leopard's just in the background there, and it works. And it's not a leopard print pattern as such, is it? It's like I don't know what. Well, yeah, it's kind of a leopard print pattern.
No, it's like a marbly, oily, when oil's in water, kind of, like a marbly effect on the bottom.
There is a leopardy print on the sort of edge of the arms. It's quite. Well, I say it's bold. It's compared to the home shirt. It's not bold, is it? Everything sort of fits in a little bit better with this one.
What, even the cartoon eyes?
I like the eyes.
Yeah.
I like the leopard sort of peering through in the middle. It's looks dangerous.
Isn't it interesting that they've changed the colours of the logos there, and even the Jet 2 logo.
Yeah, just made it white.
And it makes it instantly better. Like, we know Jet 2. We don't have to have
a red kit because it's the logo's red.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's made a massive difference. Right, straight away, I'm going to give this. What did I give the home shirt?
You give it a 5.
This is a 6.
Generous 5.
This is a 6 for me. I think it's better than the home shirt, but I don't know. It's a bit cartoony, a bit anime, a bit, I don't know. I like the teal. I like teal, and I like the black that complements it. But
which shirt do we think they're going to sell more of this year? The away shirt or the home shirt?
Do you know what you can't say, because this is the Leigh fans we're talking about, and I don't mean that in a. I'm not slagging them off.
Yeah, they love the leopard,
they love it.
Yeah,
they love it.
They love
it. It's iconic. It's become it's got a cult following now. I remember when they got to they got to the final, didn't they?
Wembley.
Yeah, we got to Wembley, and Wembley was just awash with freaking leopard print. They love it, and every year they double down on it. You see Derek Beaumont walk into a room and he's got the lining of his jacket's leopard print. You know what I mean? And Laura's wearing bloody leopard print, and they just love it. I'd like to think this one sells more, but I don't think it's striking enough. I don't think it screams, because this is my theory on Leigh fans, right? So Leigh fans will do anything to separate them from Wigan, anything.
Yeah,
right.
True.
And for a long time, the Leigh, back to the Centurion days, very, very close to Wigan Warriors, Leigh Centurions, red and white. It was very, very
both
close.
Hoops, weren't they?
Yeah, and now they broke away and became Leigh Leopards, right? And everyone was like, I don't know, but Leigh Leopards are like anything not to be associated with Wigan. And that's why I genuinely think, I don't think you can call it. I can't call which shirt is going to sell the most. I'd like to think it was the away shirt, because the home shirt's, that striking. But you just don't know with a Leigh fan.
So you've given it a 6. I think it's a bit better than that. I think it's a 7. Right. It's not one of the best away shirts in Super League, but it's definitely up there. I think it's I just like how they've put the leopard in the background and it's blended in. I like that. It's good. Right.
By the way, what's on the back? You've got like a pair of leopard balls on the back.
No, it won't surprise me, mate. It won't surprise. Hopefully, there's a number going on the back that's going to cover that up. Right, here we go. On to St Helens. You reviewed St Helens' shirt last year as the worst shirt in Super League last year. So what have they done? They brought another one out that's very similar. It's a Saints shirt, isn't it? It's one of them. I think Saints are stuck now because they've had the V for so long. I feel like they don't feel like they can move away from it. So they just end up with a shirt that kind of looks very similar every single season, which is what we've got again this year. It's a Saints V.
It's a red V, and to be honest, they've got to get something to build on Saints this year, right? Them as a team. So the red V.
Try to work out where you're going with this. The shirt design.
Yeah, because the red V is so important. You've got to hold on to the DNA of that club, because last year it slipped, and early signs are it's not improved. They didn't have a great warm up game. I know it's only warm up.
Yeah,
I know you can't really work off that, but you go to any Saints forum and they're calling out the coaching staff at the minute. So I think they've had to double down on that. I think they've kind of been let down a little bit by manufacturer. I think O'Neill's can be dated. Some of the O'Neill's kit can be dated compared to the likes of Oxen, Castor.
Oxen and Castor are flying the flag, aren't they, at the minute? Yeah. I think you're right when you said about O'Neill's. Their kit's not quite nailing them at the minute.
Yeah, and so then you look at the old school St Helens badge on the cuffs. I mean, what a beautiful little nod to history, but it doesn't work. I don't think it works. Yeah,
so they've got I really like that on the cuffs of the arm, the old school Saints badge on the arm. I think that's great, because I think they had a kit like that years back, didn't they, in 90s or something. That's a touch of class. I love that. I like how the St Helens logo is in the background of the shirt. I really like that. Do you know what I don't like about it? So there's one thing I really don't like. The V just goes so far down the shirt.
Yeah.
It's weird. It don't look right. They could have done something more with this. I definitely could have done something more. I know you can't change your sponsor, but the Home Bargains logo in the middle just doesn't work with a V. So for that reason, I think they needed to be designing something a little bit different. I think they needed to come up with something different than... And people are going to get on my back here for saying a V, but you need to do something a bit different.
Yeah, I mean, we're sort of saying these traditional colours, these traditional colour schemes. It's like, well, it is what it is. But, Hull FC, take that as an example. You can do stuff to modernise that colour scheme, but still give a nod to tradition. I mean, and Saints are miles off of this.
They've tried, haven't they? I mean, they have put the Saints logo in the background of it, the old school Saints logo, should I say? But it just don't work for me. It just don't work. So I'm going to give this. I'll give it a 6. 6.
Yeah, I agree. 6. Yeah, that's that. Let's have a look at the away shirt.
Right, here we go, Craig. Saints away shirt, navy, with the Saints writing in the background. The one thing I can tell you about this as well, which doesn't show up on the screen, is the logo on the Saints shirt. It's like a reflective logo this year.
Right.
That is a bit of a classier touch. Quite like that. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it works better with the Home Bargains logo. I think the V being higher up works a little bit better. The O'Neill's logo with a white around it looks dreadful. The other sponsor
agreed.
Around with a white around it looks dreadful. I don't like the Saints text in the background. It's not really working. They've tried. It's a bit of another failure for me. This one is.
No, I think it's much better. We were just saying about the red
navy.
V.
The navy looks better. Definitely looks better. Does the navy?
Yeah, but we were just sort of saying there's things you can do with the red V, and I think on this shirt they've done it. They've made that red V. There's still the iconic red V of St Helens. We know this is a St Helens shirt, but they've modernised it with the red border and then the pattern, the gradient sort of Saint writing in the background, where they've kind of integrated the word Saints. I think it's let down by the logos. I think it's a relatively decent away shirt. I'm going to straight away give this a 7.5. I don't think it's as bad as you're making out.
So I don't like it. I don't dislike it. I think the navy certainly looks better. But I just think O'Neill's have been lazy. I think they could have sorted those logos out. They could have improved it. And do you know what? If you're going to go with a really traditional home shirt, Your away shirt, just go for it. Just go for something bold. You got nothing to lose, have you, really? And then you appeal to both sets of fans. You got like so if they want a traditional shirt, they'll buy the home. If they want something a little bit more modern and a bit out there, go with an away shirt. If you're bringing us 2 shirts out that are safe, I think that's the word I'd use to use Saints shirts. They're both safe. It's another 6 for me. I'll give them both a 6.
Do you think this is let down? When we had this conversation last year, didn't we, on this video last year about the Home Bargains logo, that it's quite a hard logo to deal with. I'm not knocking that as a logo, but to deal with and integrate that into a design is quite a challenge. I mean, how would you do it, Carl?
Yeah, do you know what I would have done? I'd have had a baby blue away shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have worked better. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If Home Bargains doesn't have just like a black and white style logo, and you have to keep the colours on there, it's quite a difficult shirt, quite a difficult logo to work with. And I suppose that's what I think they've probably tried to do with the navy shirt, because it kind of ties in fairly well. But maybe if they'd have put a bit of light blue detailing on this shirt,
yeah,
it would have tied in better with the logo. I think that's what they should have done.
And what about the position of the Saints crest? I know there's a few clubs done that this year, haven't they, where they've sort of centralised it.
I think it works for Saints. I mean, the kit's a V, so the logo's got a V on it. It just kind of works centrally to me. Yeah, the logo placement's decent, just not massive on the kit.
Shall I tell you my little thought on it, right? Well, I struggled to get away with. So there's this in the military, like you talk about not having like points where people can line up their sights on you easily. So that point on the centre of the chest would just be like a sniper's dream, you know. And for that reason, I don't like the crest in the centre there.
I'm sure that's why they designed it like that. Yeah.
Wait, is this St Helens, mate? You never know. Right.
On to Salford Red Devils. Hopefully, we see Salford Red Devils taking the field this year. But here is their kit, and I rated Salford's shirt last year as one of my favourite. I'm a big fan of VX3, and I'm telling you what, straight off the bat, that is a cracker shirt. That is a brilliant shirt.
Yeah, and I agree. And if Home Bargains was a hard logo to deal with, I think the University of Salford logo is a relatively easy logo to deal with.
Of course it is, yeah. Just simple, isn't it? All in one colour. Look, I'll tell you why I like this shirt. There's a few things that I like about this shirt. Their logo on the chest, the Salford badge, I think looks great. The modern Red Devil have. It's a bit of an embossed logo as well, so that's straight away it's quality. And you say, well, what can you do with just a plain red shirt? Well, this is a perfect example of what you do with a plain red shirt. So in the background, I'll tell you, I'll get my little...
Some kind of Salford Cathedral, is it?
Yeah, so there you go. So in the background, Salford Cathedral, so a nod to the city. It just works. Everything about this shirt works. I mean, it's just going to look like a red kit from a distance on the pitch, but if you see it close up, it's going to look smart. The logos are integrated. They're all in the right place. VX3 always displayed their kits in a really professional way. I'm massive on this shirt. I think it's really smart.
Yeah. Well, what about that seam, though, that breaks up like the chest?
I think it's great. It gives some shape to the shirt. If that could have just been straight and probably wouldn't have looked as good. I just think the designers have absolutely nailed this. I think it's genuinely. I think the cathedral pattern in the background just works. Yeah, it's a quality shirt.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it's not something I'd wear. But
You're not from Salford, yeah, I get it.
But I think as a shirt, it's very classy. You know, to deal with like a solid colour like that red. I mean, that is a bright, bright,
bold colour to work with, isn't it? Definitely.
But yeah, I think they've done really well integrating the things. You're right about the is that the first embossed logo we've seen this year?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's embossed. I saw a close up of it the other day, and it's either embossed or it's fully embroidered. I like when they put a little bit more effort into things like that, because there's too many shirts now. It's just
printed on.
It's just printed. Everything's just printed, and it's just cheap, isn't it? But yeah, that's classy, that is.
Yeah, nice one. Good, Salford. For that, I want to give it a 8.
8 for Craig, and I'm going to give that a 8.5. I really like that shirt. I mean, Salford was one of my favourites last year, and again this year, it's quality. And then onto their away shirt. And I tell you what, they've absolutely nailed it again. Salford, the designers at VX3 that have created Salford shirts this year, bang on. I mean, navy with the gold, and I can tell you the pattern in the background is to symbolise Salford docks. It's like a blueprint of boats in the background, which you can't quite tell, but it just works, doesn't it? I like it. Yeah, it's good. The gold works with the navy. The colours are perfect.
I slightly disagree.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's bad. Yeah, for some reason they changed the colour of the logos there, and for some reason they just don't sit. They don't sit right.
I think you're talking shit, mate. I think they sit perfectly on that. I think the gold and the blue really works together.
No, you look at the crest, and then the logo on the opposite side of the crest. There's just missing a bit of balance there. I don't know how you fix it. I don't ever profess to know the answers and all that kind of thing.
What do you think about the pattern in the background? What do you think of that?
Bit nonchalant about it, really. I don't think it's anything.
It just looks like a funky pattern, doesn't it? But I think it works.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I think perhaps if they'd have separated the VX3 and that logo on the side there to each side and put the Salford badge in the middle, the old sniper's dream, right? It might have balanced it out a little bit, but I don't know. That's the only thing that's throwing me out. I like the navy with the sky blue, or I'm assuming it's like a sky blue. The gold kind of stands out well on that page. Again, I think this is kind of middle of the road. It's got to be up there like 6.5 to 7. I'll give it a 6.5.
You kidding me? No, you're talking crap, mate. That is a great shirt. I think it's right up there with the home shirt, and I'm giving that an 8.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm rating it just as high as the home shirt. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm giving it a 9. I like that shirt. And do you know what? You could wear that as well, just with a pair of jeans or whatever.
Yeah, well, this is what I was saying. Does it make business sense to have a shirt that you can throw on with a pair of jeans? You know what I mean? And it looks all right. I mean, it's a bit tight for me. I don't think I'd be like kicking around in a shirt that tight. It looks a bit freaking wet look.
That's just artist's impression, mate. I don't think it comes like
mega tight,
boxed in.
Well, we'll see.
Right, on to the new boys. Well, new boys, yeah, the new boys. The Super League, Wakefield Trinity. Here is their kit. And I was really harsh about Wakefield years gone by. I think they had some dreadful kits. They always looked cheap. Everything looked cheap about Wakefield. The stadium looked cheap. The kits looked cheap. Everything looked cheap. The Wildcat logo looked cheap. Not anymore. Absolutely love this. It's brilliant. Quality logo now. Traditional design, but with a load of detailing in the background. Bit of gold on there. It just screams professionalism, this shirt. I love it. What a great shirt that is.
Do you know, it's astounding the amount of work Wakefield's done on and off the pitch to get themselves back into Super League. You know, and people think they're going to be the whipping boys this year, and I'm not so sure. You know, I think they're gonna perform really well. So
you think they're going to perform as well as the designers who created that shirt?
Well, I mean, I don't think.
Go on. What are you saying about it?
No, I think it's good. I think it screams Wakefield. You know, it's definitely Wakefield colours, Wakefield's designs. I don't think it's like the best shirt in the world, but I certainly don't think it's the worst either.
Have you seen the away shirt? I'm going to get onto the away shirt.
No, but what I will say is,
the away one in a
again,
minute.
Elgren could be a little bit dated in their designs sometimes, so that kind of perhaps held them back a little bit. I mean, I'm going to straight up just give this a 7 because I don't think it's particularly good, but I don't think it's particularly bad.
I think it's a really good shirt. I like everything about it. I think the colour scheme works. It's another one, like I just said, Wakefield in the past had just like a blue band with a bit of red on, and there was nothing much to it. It never used to work for me. But how they've put this into the V with the pattern, the logo pattern in the background works really well. I like the fact that all the design is the top end of the shirt. The sponsor is integrated well. Everything's integrated. It looks great. I love that shirt. I'm going to give it an 8.
Wow.
It's an 8 from me.
Powerful, yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool.
On to the away shirt then. So, on to Trinity's Wakefield away shirt then. And where have you seen this design before, Craig?
Where have I seen this? Like French, isn't it?
No. It's very much like the Roosters.
Oh, yeah.
NRL. In fact, now I'm looking at it, it's really like the Roosters. Yeah, it's... Go on, what are your thoughts?
I like it. The only bit I don't like is the red patch at the top above the V. I don't like that. I think, like I said, with all these things, I don't know what the answer is to fix it, but that big block of red just don't it just for some reason don't sit very well with me.
It's definitely a Sydney Roosters shirt. This is definitely Wakefield Roosters in disguise. I like it. I think it looks pretty smart. There's not a whole lot I can say about it. It's a what you would call a traditional rugby shirt with a V. The V's very high up, which I quite like. The logo doesn't sit quite as well on this one. The Wakefield logo, it's a bit mishmash between the white V, so maybe they could have extended that a little bit.
And the Preston's logo.
Yeah,
right.
the Preston's logo doesn't quite sit right, so I don't like that. The DIY Kitchens logo is, it's fine in inverted colours. There's a Super League badge on the arm as well, which is in a bit of a strange position. So I think, to summarise, I really like the design. I think the design is good, but I think the logo positioning is not very... I don't think they've quite got it right. I think they're all a bit... they're not quite in the right spot.
Well, and that... I mean, the logos are the logos, aren't they? They've got to be a certain size to be able to see them and all that kind of thing. But what's not happened is they've not combined the shirt with the logos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've created a pattern and gone, right, this'll do. And then the logos have gone on, not as an afterthought, but just a byproduct of the sponsors of the team, and that's the logo. And it doesn't really work. There's been no apparent, like...
It's like it's a stock design, and they haven't adjusted it to work with the logos. That's what you're saying, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. But it don't make for a bad shirt.
No, it don't make for a bad shirt at all. I think this is... look, I'm going to use one of my 7s up here. I think this is a 7 out of 10 shirt, this is.
Yeah, and if I can borrow a 7 from somebody, then I'll give it a 7 as well.
You give it a 7?
Yeah.
I think both of these shirts are going to sell well. I think, like you say, we're talking about Wakefield. Everything Wake you're doing on and off the field at the minute is going really well. I think the kits are strong. It's a strong identity. I think that's what you've got to say about these kits. Very strong identity. So we'll move on. Right, Warrington. Here we go. Different colour this year for Warrington. They've reversed the colours. Yeah, I mean, I saw Luke Littler parading this around. He looked great in his yellow shirt. What do you think of this?
I mean, it's definitely bold, isn't it? Like the primrose
definitely,
blue is definitely bold. I don't particularly like the colour scheme. I don't like the big blocks of yellow. But then, and it doesn't it look like the V's just been cut off?
Do you know what, mate? I was going to say exactly the same thing. It's like they've gone to design a shirt, put the logo on the
set it off in the printer, and then halfway through the printer's stopped.
Yeah, I get the V's not complete, is it? It's too high up. I don't mind I really like the yellow. I think the colour scheme works that way. I don't know how the Warrington fans feel about that. In reverse colours. O'Neill's shirt again. I don't think how they display them doesn't work that way. One thing I would say, Warrington's promo of the kit was great. They're really nailing the videography when they're releasing these shirts. I tell you what's an improvement on last year? The Hoover used to be in a big red circle.
Yeah,
never.
Terrible.
It always looked awful. So the fact that they've just got the basic of the Hoover logo on in the middle looks better. It's just that V.
Do you know the ironic thing for me is I think this shirt would look better with the red Hoover.
It looks
logo.
like it's missing something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With a V being so high up, and it's not a complete V. Something's not right about it. So, yeah, I can't score that. It's middle of the road. Is this one for me?
Yeah, it's a 6 for me because there's just the V looks incomplete. In fact, the whole shirt looks incomplete. It's like they've rushed it out the door and gone, right, that's going to have to do because we've run out of time. And I'm sure that's not how it's. I'm sure a lot of thoughts gone into it, and some people will absolutely love it, but that's my feeling on it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's a 6 from me. That is, it's not the strongest design. They could have done so much more with it. Anyway, on to our latest Lilac kit. Lilac kit number 2 is Warrington Wolves away. What are we saying about this?
Well, it's better
than the home shirt, yeah.
Well, it's better than the home shirt, and it's better than the last Lilac kit we looked at. I think the V's underneath the Hoover changed the way that Hoover logo looks. Like, so before the other one, the home shirt, I said that it needed the red Hoover logo. This one, I think it works just by the fact that they've got those elements, those whatever you call them, je ne sais quoi, underneath, them chevrons underneath. It just kind of breaks it up. I like the fact that the logo's in the purple, which is a complementary colour to the lilac. Perhaps they could have done the same with the IT resulting logo there, because it just seems a little bit odd being a slightly different colour. And the different coloured logos on the sleeves, I'm not 100% sure about, but I think it's quite a strong shirt. Those chevrons at the bottom save this shirt. They absolutely saved the shirt, in my opinion.
I agree with you there. I think I don't like the colour scheme. It just, as a rugby shirt, I just don't think it works. I think you're right about the V on the bottom. That does save the shirt a little bit. It goes with the Hoover logo, so marks for that. It's got a bit of detailing in the background. Give them some marks for that. It's pretty bland, though, is what I would say. It's not a striking shirt, and it's another O'Neill shirt. O'Neill shirts come in the bottom of our list this year, definitely. I'm going to give this. I'm going to give it a 5. What are you scoring it?
I'm going to give it a 6.
No, you know what? I'm going to give it a 6 as well. I think it's on par with the home shirt. Neither of them set the world alight. It's not as terrible as the Hulk AR lilac shirt, which was absolutely awful.
How do you think like a Greenall's retro shirt would go down?
Oh, mate, yeah. They have one
green.
actually. There's the actual green one with the red and white piping on it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a massive. Maybe that's available on the old website. But yeah, I think you're onto something there. I think that's what they should have brought out this year. Right, here's talking point number 1 of the year. We're about to unveil Warrington Wolves' third kit, which they're going to be playing in Vegas. Question: we're taking a game to Vegas. Do you think teams should be wearing their traditional kits when they go to Vegas?
I think that's a missed opportunity if they do. I get what you're saying, but I think it's a missed opportunity because it certainly needs to be an exclusive shirt for that event, such is the gravity of this game.
Right.
So I think it needs to...
I'm going to counteract your argument here.
Yeah, well, and that's fine, but it needs to hint at the traditional colours, right? But it needs to be a special shirt. It's got to be.
Right, okay. To counteract your argument, when the NFL comes to the UK every year, they don't have special shirts designed. It's like, we're Green Bay Packers, this is our kit, it's green shirt, everybody knows what they look like. And yet, the Super League teams that are going to America, certainly Warrington, I wouldn't say it looks like a traditional Warrington shirt. So here is Warrington Wolves' third shirt, the one that they are going to be wearing in Vegas. So, what do you think of that?
Mate, that looks like a Warrington shirt to me. I know there's not a great deal of...
It's not blue, though, is it? Yeah.
No, it's not blue. It's not blue, but it's got hints of blue. That looks like a real... I fucking love that shirt.
Right.
Honest to God, I love that shirt. I think it's a real smart shirt. It screams Warrington to me, right? It really does. And, I think they've nailed it. This is an instant 9 for me. Honest to God.
9, right?
I think this is a 9. I think it's a quality shirt. Well done, Warrington.
Right, so I was saying all that just to basically just fucking create an argument, right? But I'll be honest with you, as shirts, as far as we've seen shirts this year, I think that is an absolute cracker. I think I think the design is so good. Yeah, I think it does scream Warrington. The only thing I do stand by that though. If American fans see Warrington for the first time, they might go, "Oh, do they wear white? Maybe they could have wore blue." But as a shirt, mate, that isn't. And I know it's selling well. Fans are just.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean the.
But to go back to my litmus test of you create a shirt that you can put with a pair of jeans, go to a family do. You can do that in that, right? 100% you can. Now, my.
It's got the American flag in the background, which I think is pretty cool. That's going to appeal to Americans, so they might sell some shirts when they get out there. It's got the American flag in the backdrop of the logo, which is like a nice little touch. The V's work. It's the first O'Neill shirt that's come out this year, which I think is really good.
When I lost my train of thought, this is what I was going to say. We know now O'Neill's can pull it out of the bag, right? Because we have slated O'Neill's a little bit on this video, but what they've turned out here is exceptional, and I'd love to have seen the whole process of this. If someone documented the process of this shirt being created and then dished out, that would be really, really insightful. I'd love to know who's behind it, how it came about. They've just you can. It's an art, I think, to subtly include a very a national flag, like someone else's national flag, to subtly include that in your colours. It is an art getting that right.
Yeah,
and I think Warrington have nailed it there.
So what, have you given it a 9?
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a 9.5.
Wowzers.
Yeah, I think it's a really great shirt.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a really good shirt.
It's a Warrington shirt with added vavavoom. Right, so we've still got Wigan's Vega shirt to come.
Yeah, okay.
But for now, obviously, we're going to bring out a cherry and white hoop shirt. I mean,
well done, Wigan.
I mean, what more can you say about it? They just look the same every single year.
No, but they've got the black and the gold lines on there, right? So they've tried to.
Oh well.
No, but
well, it looks completely different now. Then.
No, but you know what I'm saying? They have tried to put a different accent. Accent is the word I've been trying to think of all through this bloody thing. So they've put different accents on there. But yeah, I mean, like you say, it's
a Wigan shirt, isn't it?
It's red and white hoops. Cherry and white hoops, as they would say. So.
It's just
is what it is.
Every year, it's like, right, do you remember the Wigan shirt from 2008? And you go like, oh yeah, no, it was red and white hoops. Oh, do you remember the Wigan shirt from 2023? Yeah, it was red and white, cherry and white hoops. There's just nothing about it. And I know it's like the whole FC shirt. We went, yeah, it's a traditional FC shirt, but they've put something into it. I don't see the effort here with this shirt. It's just bland. I'm looking at it now, right? And I'm trying to remember what last year's shirt looked like, and I'm looking at it thinking, I'm sure it looked exactly the same as that.
It wasn't exactly the same, but it was very close.
You just not have the gold on it.
Yeah, and whether it's the Kappa brand.
I mean, the Green Mount Project's logo is a hard logo to work with because it's so bright, isn't it? It's a traditional Wigan shirt. Fans will go out and buy it. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, six for me. I know it'll sell really well, but if you had like a crowd of Wigan shirts, it's not really going to stand out too much. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, so they've gone traditional. I mean, we did speak about this earlier in the show. Traditional for one shirt, and then a bit out there for the next shirt. So Wigan Warriors have gone with an electric blue shirt. It almost looks like a bit Iron Man-y, doesn't it, their away shirt? Now, I tell you what, I think it's not too bad, that. Do you remember last year's Wigan away shirt?
Yeah.
It was like that bubble glum blue with random pattern all of it. I couldn't get on board with that at all. And it just never looked like a Wigan. But they've made this work somehow. And I think the fact that they've took the Wigan logo and they put like an electric blue around it and mimic that within the design, I think it works better with the sponsors logo as well. It kind of embeds a little bit into that with the green and blue works better together. So yeah, it's not a bad design.
I like it. I mean, it's very Tron. You know, if you remember the film,
Tron Legacy.
Yeah. It's very sort of Tronish to me, and I think it's a really well put together shirt, right? And I think they've had to deal with that GP. You know, the Greenmount Projects logo. And I think the background on the back does deal with it. It sits well. Does it complement it? I don't know, but it definitely works with it, right?
It 100% works with it. The top part of that design, where it goes back up into a V, it kind of, it works. It all works around the sponsor's logo, which you can't change, so you've got to work with it the best you can. I think they've done a pretty decent job. I think, again, it's a shirt you could wear in every. It works on the field, and you could wear it walking around the shopping centre. Yeah, it works pretty well. I'm never a massive fan of Wigan shirts, but I think this is pretty solid design.
Well, I'm going to give it an 8 because I like the fact that they've clearly designed this and put this together as one unit. You know, considering the logos, as opposed to the Wakefield away shirt, where it's like they took a stock shirt and then they've just applied the logos separate from each other, and I think it works really well. I think that the electric blue works well with the navy blue. It's good. What did I say? 8?
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 as well. I think it's pretty solid design.
More effort required on the home shirts though.
4 shirts this year from Wigan, because we're about to unveil their 3rd shirt.
Can I just...
they've got a Vega shirt. There's another talking point there, isn't there?
Yeah, no, there is. But can I just put that... Wigan fans, right? What's your thoughts? I know you're going to be, it's in our blood. Right, I know that. I know it's in your blood. But what's your thoughts on the home shirts? Genuine. Stick it in the comments. I really I want to know.
They don't change them anymore, do they? Like the most iconic Wigan shirts to me, I'll just say it. I'll go back to the Norweb shirt. I remember they had a checkered, white and blue checkered shirt back in the Sean Edwards days that they wore at Wembley. Loved that shirt. I think Wigan had a lot better shirts in the 90s, and I think they play it so safe now. Not working for me. But I mean, that way it's all right.
Yeah.
Unlike this thing, dear God.
I was waiting for the 3rd lilac shirt.
Oh my God.
Right, this is going to sell well. And I'll tell you,
no, it's not.
No, I'm telling you who's going to buy this. The women are going to love this. I'm telling you.
Well, you know what? Actually, I had a look on the website earlier. It was already sold out. It's a charity shirt. It's for Wigan and Leigh Hospice. So that's why it's in this colour. Because Wigan and Leigh Hospice is got lilac colours in their logo. That's the reason it's in this colour scheme. But if I'm reviewing it as a shirt, as a design, I think that is absolutely awful.
Would you like to see this shirt, instead of the lilac, in red, right? So, you got this almost sand pattern on the, like ridges in the sand pattern, like in a red with white highlights. What would you think to that?
It may work. That might look like an old school Wigan shirt. They had like Tompkins era. They had a red and white sort of faded shirt, didn't they? Which they haven't gone back to anything like that for a while. Look, I tell you what though, right? We've sort of said a few times, well, you can't change the Greenmount Projects logo.
And they have.
They have on this one. So why couldn't they change them on the other 2?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the main. I think they've.
Because they wanted to respect the sponsor's logo on the main shirt. It's a 3rd shirt in this one. Look, we've got to rate it, Craig. I feel it's a charity shirt, and I understand why it's this design. It's already sold anyway, so it doesn't matter what I say. But it's awful. It's absolutely awful as a kit. I think they're going to look... I mean, them Hull KR and Warrington, when they turn up in these lilac kits this year, they're going to look dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
Just like a load of Parma Violets running around the pitch. But
2025, the year of the Parma Violet kit.
I don't think it's dreadful, but it's a 6.
Mate, that's higher than I thought.
It's a 6.
I think you're a bit afraid to go to Wigan.
No, I'm not afraid at all. If it was a 2 or 3 or whatever, I'd say I don't think that's a terrible shirt. I'm not. I think as far as colour schemes go, it's just not new it.
Right, you say you don't think it's dreadful. What do you actually like about that shirt? Because I can't. I'm struggling to find anything.
Well, I love Parma Violet. No, I like the integrated logos, arms and chest. Right, there's a lot of work gone into the design. That sand, I can only describe it as like a sand dune ridges in sand pattern. There's a lot of effort in there, and I don't think it's a shocking shirt. The panelling on the shoulders, the sleeves, the little bits of the accents on the cuffs.
Yeah, all right. I've had enough. I'm getting fed up now. Right, for me, it's a 2. I've had enough of that shirt.
The worst shirt? You think that's the worst shirt in Super League this year?
No, Hull KR away shirt. No, give it a 3.
That's just what I'm saying.
Right, I'll tell you what. It's a 3. It's on par with Hull KR's lilac shirt. Dreadful.
I don't think it's that bad, but it's not great in my opinion.
Here is Wigan's 4th kit of the season.
I just want to take a little bit of a break from this advert. Now, if you're like Carl and you haven't got any friends to throw a ball around with, okay, you might want to get yourself one of these rebounder balls, which is absolutely phenomenal for training on your own. Obviously, it's a very weird shape and design, and it's been designed in such a way that you can throw it against the wall. Carl there took the dummy. And it bounces straight back, so you can do lots of training, lots of passes, both sides, as your kids should be doing in your training. Carl, what's your thoughts on the rebounder ball?
I love it. I mean, we got these manufactured for our Midlands Nines event, didn't we, last year? But yeah, a lot of the NRL teams practice with these. So, what is it? Perfect practice makes. I fucking forgot. What is it?
Permanent, isn't it?
I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. So, it's genuinely. I love them. I was practicing with it at home. It's awesome. Yeah. It's great. It's a great training ball for kids. 100%.
So anyway, if you're interested in a rebounder ball, we're going to stick a link in the comments and in the description. They are the sponsors of this season, our very own Rugby League Outsiders rebounder ball. I think we're one of the only distributors in the UK.
Yeah,
so,
I think we are.
Yeah, so if we can get that sent out, free post and packaging, check out the links and let's get back to the shirts.
The shirt they're going to be wearing in Las Vegas. What do you make of this beauty?
I mean, they have gone full on US of motherfucking A. Yeah. Absolutely. They've gone, wow, this is a dream for us. Cherry and white, right? So the stars and stripes, it just couldn't get any better. Stick some stars on, and it's just like an absolute dream for us. So they've gone full on US of A. And what's happening, Carl? You lost it. There we go. I think it's a terrible shirt, right? In my opinion.
Whoa!
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
Well, because I'm not that patriotic to freaking America. I mean, you love NFL, right? I think it's dog shit. I don't like stars and stripes on like that, like such bold colours. That weird fold. Like bottom left as you look at it. Like what is that
like
trick about?
Flag,
but it just looks stupid.
No, it
right?
don't.
And yeah, I don't think there's much symmetry to it. It's a bold, daft,
right,
poor man's Magic Weekend shirt, and it's like you have to wear. I mean, clearly what they're trying to do. I'm not talking
man.
shit. There'll be loads of people agree with me on this.
No, you're talking absolute crap. I know Wigan fans are a little bit divided on this one. Actually, this works on so many levels. It's unreal. Right, it's got Wigan's cherry and white hoops, which, yes, they've integrated it to make it look like a flag. It's the fact that it looked right. So we spoke earlier in the show, didn't we? It was like, do we think they should wear a kit that represents their home shirt? To me, that represents a Wigan shirt. It's 100% a Wigan shirt with a nod to America. The Americans are going to get behind it and buy it. Everybody loves it. It's brilliant.
No, it's not a nod to America. It is America.
No,
it screams America.
It also screams Wigan. It's cherry and white hoops.
Yeah,
that's my point. They've integrated the two perfectly.
No, they haven't integrated it, right? They're fortunate that the Stars and Stripes it's freaking cherry and white, isn't it? And they've gone, yay, nice one, right? So, mate, this isn't a hint to Vegas. Right, this is like more American. Like, if a team of American designers had come up with this, like Trump himself, right? I reckon he could come up with this.
He would have come up with that.
It's that American. It is that. It's like make Wigan great again. And I think they've got it wrong, completely wrong. There'll be no Aussie teams dressed in a freaking Stars and Stripes. They can't be. I just can't see it happening.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely. I love this shirt. I've given.
Would you wear it? Would you wear it?
I wouldn't ever wear a Wigan shirt, but yeah, I think it's good. I think it's great. I think everything is brilliant about that kit.
Yeah, but you're a massive. You love the USA. That's why.
No,
you do. You love it. Oh, I want to go to America. And all this shit. No, it's. I think it's bad taste.
Look,
I do.
Look, mate, it's got a sold out sign on it.
Yeah, because they've only made 25 of them. That's why.
That is actually another talking point. They've only released 1,000 of these shirts. They're sold out straight away. Of
course,
and
they
all
did.
Wigan fans are going mad now because they can't get hold of them. So they're going to Vegas and they can't get hold of the kit.
Yeah, I think if you're a massive like USA fan, right, then this is the shirt for you. For me, I'm not.
It makes sense.
I'm British. What do you mean it makes sense?
It makes sense. Because, like I said, it looks like a Wigan shirt.
That's just because they're fortunate that it's... That's...
Well, yeah, but they've used it to their advantage.
No, they haven't.
They have.
They have. It's an American flag, Carl.
No, it's not.
It's an American flag.
It is an American flag, which is also a Wigan shirt.
No.
Yeah,
it's not. It's an American flag. Like, describe an American flag to me. Stars and stripes.
Yeah, with cherry white stripes.
Yeah, no, and the blue and the stars.
Yeah.
Right, it's just an American flag. They could have made this shirt. They could have got Stars and Stripes off the shelf, cut it into a shirt shape, and bang, that's your shirt done.
Rubbish. Right.
Is that your only comeback? These rubbish I'm talking crap.
He's talking crap. I've already made my points. It's a Wigan shirt. It represents Wigan. It looks like a Wigan shirt, but it's got that American edge to it, and I think it's perfect for Vegas.
Mate, there's no American edge, and I'm sorry if sounding like a broken record. Like there's no edge to this. This is full American, full American. It is, and as a proud British man, I don't know how I feel about wearing it.
Right,
maybe it's because they tried to fucking blow me up in Afghanistan. I don't know. Maybe it's because of that. Right.
Blue on blue.
That's a completely different shirt. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like full American, and I
Question:
I don't like it.
Do you think either Warrington or Wigan should have integrated a Union Jack onto their?
Well, a Union Jack. You mean a Union flag?
Yeah.
Right, because a Union Jack is only on board a ship. That's the only time it's called a Union Jack. Right? So you mean a Union flag?
Oh my God! Fucking hell!
It's true. You mean a Union?
All
flag.
right. Yeah. A Union flag.
No, I don't think that'd have been the right taste. I think they should have.
So going back to the original argument, and I asked you earlier, I said, do you think teams should be turning up in their traditional kits?
And I said, my answer was no. It should be in line with tradition with a hint of the occasion.
Like that?
No, that's not a hint. That is not a hint. Warrington nailed it, right? Look at Warrington, right? Very faint, like Stars and Stripes, integrated into the badge, as part of the shirt.
Right.
They nailed it. Wigan have just gone OTT, over the top, in my opinion.
In your opinion, it's time for the big rating then. Final shirt of the year. So Wigan Stars and Stripes, cherry and white hoops. What are you rating it?
4.
4.
I think it's I think it's just completely make Wigan great again, and I'm struggling to get behind it.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's a 10. Make Wigan
That can't
great
be a
again.
10.
Make Wigan great again.
That can't be a 10.
Mate, I love it.
You're trolling me.
I'm not trolling you. I love it. I think it's absolutely class.
But this is my point. You love America. You love America.
Well,
You do.
I mean, I've been, yeah.
No, but you love everything about it.
But
Big
I
cars.
don't
big-
like Wigan.
Right. Okay. This is a different. You sure you want to go down this?
But I like that shirt.
Right.
I think the designers have nailed it.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Guys, I just want to have a little bit of a break, and I want to invite you to just subscribe to this channel. If you're getting any kind of value, if you like the banter between me and Carl, you get anything from the video at all, then please subscribe. It really does help get this content out there to people that want to see it. And it's the best way to let us know that what we're turning out is valuable stuff. Right, okay, so let's just summarise this episode. So my leading shirt for this year was very much that wire Vegas shirt. Bang on. Absolutely nailed it. Carl, yours?
yeah, the controversial shirts this year were the Vegas shirt. So my leading shirt was the Wigan shirt, the Wigan Vegas shirt. I thought they absolutely nailed it.
Which is weird because I think that is the worst shirt this year.
You can't keep ranting on about it, man.
No, but
just 5 minutes you spent raving about it.
I know, and we're summarising the show, and that was the worst shirt for me this year. What's your worst shirt?
The Leigh home shirt's a shocker. Sorry, Leigh. Just terrible design that is.
Okay, thanks for watching, and until the next episode, take care.